And we'll get started in child's pose. Bring your big toes to touch. Let your knees come wide on your mat. Extend your hands forward. Let your forehead rest on the ground. And take a few rounds of breath here in child's pose. Close your eyes. And take a moment to settle down. I'm going to adjust some of the settings here real quick while you sit in child's pose. Hi, Kim.
Hey, Danielle. How are you?
Good. Welcome.
Thank you. My sister's here with us. Hi.
Hi. We are just getting started. So go ahead and come to child's pose.
Okay.
And make sure that your phone is muted. If you click on the screen, you'll see a mute button on the bottom left corner. And that way we don't hear you. Alrighty. From child's pose, engage your low belly. Bring the low belly in. And then begin to stretch your hands just a little further away so that the elbows begin to lift off the mat. And take a few more rounds of breath here. And as you land here in your child's pose, take a moment to quiet down your mind and to just listen to the sounds that are around you without attaching to them, without naming them, just receive them. Now walk your hands over to the right so you get this stretch through the left side body and the left rib cage. Making your way back into center, head over to the left. Move back into center. And then make your way up into tabletop, hands and knees. So here we're just gonna move through a few rounds of cat and cow. So as you inhale, let the belly drop, let the hips and chin lift. And as you exhale, drop your head and round the shoulders up. And then keep moving with your breath. Inhale, drops the belly, lifts the chin. Exhale, round up. Keep moving. Allowing the breath to lead you in and out of the pose. It's okay if you're not doing the same as me. In fact, if something else would feel good here, you could do that as well. Maybe hip circles. We'll take about 5 more rounds here. Make the movement intentional. One more round. Just kind of even out your sides. Then we'll meet back in tabletop. Extend your right leg long behind you. Drop the ball of the foot to the mat and then press the heel away, getting into that calf muscle. Pick that right foot up, drop it over to the left, and then check out your toes over your left shoulder. Come back through center. If you hear snoring, it's not me, I promise, that's my dog. Take a bend in the knee, and we're gonna make some circles with this knee. Just getting into that hip joint. Rotating nice and slow, one direction. And then rotate the opposite direction. Release that right knee back down. Let's do the other side. Extend your left foot, ball of the foot to the mat, and now press the heel away. Now left foot lifts, comes over to the right, and then check out your toes. I don't know about you, but I could sure use a pedicure. Looks like I'll be doing my own. Come back through center. Take a bend in the left knee and make those same circles on this side. Moving slowly and intentionally through this left hip socket. And then rotate the other way. Release the left knee back down. And then if you have props, you can grab your blocks. If not, that's okay too. We're gonna step this right foot forward. And if you've got your props, you can bring your hands to your knees, to your props. If not, hands can come right to the earth. So as you come here, walk this right foot up directly under the knee. That's the important part here. We don't want the knee to be in front of the ankle. This is gonna hyperextend the knee. Your knee doesn't like that. So walk the foot up. You start to open up through that front, left, psoas, and hip flexor, and then this right glute area. And then let's take the hips back into a splits prep. So walk your hands back as you begin to straighten the right leg. And then flex your right foot and pull the right hip back. Yeah, there's that hamstring right through the back of the leg. And if this is a lot, just take a slight bend in the knee. As that hamstring begins to open a little more, maybe you start to walk your hands a little further away. Maybe not, maybe this is enough, you stay here. All right, bend back into the right knee. This time, lizard lunge. Walk your right foot to the side and bring both hands inside of the foot. And then just pause here. We're not holding this for too long. This is just our prep to get us into half pigeon, which is where we're going after this. One more breath here. All right, So from here, we're gonna make our way into half pigeon, and you have two options. So option number one is gonna be slightly deeper and more intensity. Walk your right foot over to the left side of your mat, and then drop the right knee down. And then walk your right foot into the body. And if you kind of feel like you're leaning onto one side, grab one of your props and slide it underneath this right hip. Now for this posture, if the foot's close to you, it's going to take some of the intensity away. But if you need more intensity, just bring the right foot closer to the top of your mat, and that will deepen the stretch. So if this isn't working for you and this feels not good in your body, your other option is to simply come onto your back and cross the right ankle over the right knee. And you're getting the same stretch, just it's more gentle on this knee. You can stay here or pick the left foot up for more intensity. So wherever you land, we're going to pause here. If you're on your belly, you can lower down to forearms, or maybe use one of your props to support you. As you enjoy the meditative sounds of my dog snoring, we all wish we could nap as well as dogs. Almost there. All right, rising up. If you're on your back, make your way, everyone, into child's pose. So big toes come to touch, hips come back. Let your forehead rest on the mat. Or pet your dog if that's the case. Very good. As you pause here in child's pose, take a moment and notice the difference between the right and left side. Notice the energy and the vibration running along that right hip and hamstring. One more breath. All right, make your way back up into tabletop. Go back to your bed. Go. And this time we'll step our left foot forward. Being mindful of any pets. And again, walk that foot up so that ankle is directly under the knee joint. And just a few more breaths here. All right, let's take it back into that splits prep. So walk your hands back as you begin to straighten through the left leg. Keep the belly strong. Flex your left foot and then pull your left hip back. And say hello to that hamstring. Maybe as that hamstring begins to lengthen, you can start to walk the hands forward a little. If the hamstring is tight, then take a slight bend in the knee. Keep the hands near the body. And you want to keep the hips lifted here. You don't want to be down around the heel. Keep the hips lifted. I can see some of you, so nice adjustments. All right, bend back into your left knee as we take this into lizard lunge. Walk that left foot to the side of your mat. This time both hands inside of the foot. And don't make this your deepest lizard ever. We're just warming up the hips right now. All right, one more breath here. And then we'll take this into that half pigeon. So you can come on your back like we did the other side, or you can walk this left foot over to the right, drop your knee down towards that left wrist as you lower down. And if you're coming onto your belly, take a peek back at the right foot and make sure it's straight. Make sure it's not turning inward. Straighten it out. When you're ready, lower down. Whether you're on your back or your belly, keep your left foot flexed. That's going to protect that knee joint. Almost there. All right, make your way back up, and we'll all meet back in that child's pose. And as you land here in your child's pose again, take a moment and check back in. Notice the left hip now. Notice the balance between the right and left side. One more breath here. And let's come back up into tabletop. Stack your joints. So we're going to start with a little more shoulders here, so we can eventually make our way to our peak posture. We're going to thread the needle, but let's warm up the right shoulder first. So reach your right arm up to the sky, and then take a few shoulder circles here. Rotating the right hand in one direction, and then rotate it the opposite way. Next time your right hand is up, leave it there, stretch it long, and then thread your needle. Right shoulder and ear come down. Let that left hand head towards the top of your mat to anchor you down. And if this feels like too much in the shoulder, I'm going to switch sides so you can see better. You can always bring the hips down towards the heels, and this is just going to be a slightly more gentle variation. Or if you want that deeper stretch, keep the hips up over the knees. Yogi's choice. One Penelope. Don't worry. One more breath here. Let the left hand come back under the shoulder as you bring that right arm back up to the sky, stretching long, and then we'll switch sides. Right hand back under the right shoulder. Left arm will reach up, and let's take those circles on this side. So rotate one direction. And go the other way. Next time that left hand is up, stretch it long, open up, and then thread your needle. Just a few more rounds of breath here. This time the right hand comes under the shoulder as you reach that left arm back up, stretching long, top hand down. Cross your ankles, make your way onto your backs. Adjust your yoga pants. Bend your knees, let your feet be right underneath your knees, about hips distance apart here. And so hands come down by your side. We're gonna do a few dynamic bridges and then we'll hold one. So as you inhale, lift the hips and reach the arms overhead. And as you exhale, roll the hands and hips back down. Do that 3 more times. Inhale to rise. And exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. And lower. One more, last time. As you exhale, hands and hips come all the way back down. Pause here, let the knees come together, keep the feet wide apart. Take the hands, let them rest on the low belly. And as you pause here, breathe into the belly, filling the belly into the hands. As you exhale, the belly pushes the breath back out. Walk your feet back under your knees. One more bridge. Hands down by your side. We're going to keep them there this time. And lift the hips up. Now you can stay right here. Or you could take this a little deeper and walk the shoulders underneath you. Maybe even binding the arms. And see if you can keep your heels on the earth while you push the balls of your feet into the mat. And then notice what that does in the hip and glutes. And breathe while you're here. Try not to look side to side, keep looking above you. One more breath. As you exhale, release your binds and roll down nice and slow. This time, recline bound angle, soles of the feet together, knees go wide. One hand to the low belly, one hand to the heart. Let your eyes be closed and just pause right here. Again, feeling that belly breath. The inhale fills the belly into the hands. The exhale pushes the breath back out. One more breath right here. Bring your hands to the knees. Then let the knees come back together and hug them into your body, rocking gently from side to side. Open the arms like a cactus or all the way out to a T for spinal twist. Knees drop to the right. Let your gaze either be above you or, if it's okay for your neck, over that left shoulder. And try to keep this left shoulder on the earth. Bring your knees back into center. Pause just for a moment. Let the spine come back to neutral. And then let the knees drop to the left. Right shoulder remains on the mat. As you twist, let the belly be soft here. Let the next inhale bring the knees back to center. Hug them into your body. Bring the forehead up to meet your knees. Relax the head back down. Feet to the mat. And separate your feet about hips distance, max distance apart for another hip stretch. We're gonna let knees drop over to the left. Keeping your feet separated. So you'll feel this in this front part of the right hip. Start here. And then if you want to add a little more intensity, you can pick your left foot up and land it just above the right knee. That's going to create a deeper stretch through this right hip. So if you don't like it, just release the foot again. Hands can be wherever it serves you. One more breath here. Release this left foot. Bring both knees back into center. Pause here for a moment and keep the feet separated. And let your next exhale drop the knees over to the right. If you want to add that right foot, you can. Let's take one more breath here. Then release that foot. Knees come back into center. Walk your feet back in. And just pause here for a moment. Next, knees come into the body. And this time we're going to rock forwards and backwards along the length of our spine and make your way all the way up. These next few parts I'm going to face you so you can see me. Let's start with the right leg. Bring the right knee into the body. Pause here a moment. We're going to take a nice little twist here. So hook your left elbow around the knee and let this right hand come behind you for support as you begin to look over the right shoulder. Make your way back into center. Drop your right knee to the side. Sit up nice and tall here. And now we're going to engage the low belly and adjust the belly over this left leg. And try to keep the length in your spine as you start to walk your hands a little closer towards your foot. Once you get to that spot where you feel it in the back of the leg, pause there. And once you're there, notice the shoulders. Have they started to creep up to your ears? If they have, then relax the shoulders and come up just a little bit. Take that tension out. Rising back up. Bring the right knee back in. And this time, the right foot comes over to the left hip and drop the knee down. We're going to take half Gomukhasana. So let this right knee stack on top of the left. We're going to add some arms to it too. So hands come out by your side. Take this left hand up. And then bend the elbow. And take this right hand to the top of the elbow and just gently assist it. This is a half Gomukhasana variation. If you want a little bit more, you can start to fold forward. That's going to give you more in this right hip. So if you don't need more, don't fold. I'm going to stay up here. I'm good. Release your arms. Uncross this right leg. And extend it long. Bounce the knees, let the blood rush back down to that right foot. And then we'll do those fun things on the other side. So left knee comes in. Hook the right elbow around the knee. Let's start with a twist. Left hand behind you. Make your way back through center. Drop left knee down. Sit up tall. And adjust the belly over the right leg. Engage the belly as you fold. Start to walk the hands towards the foot. And here don't think about grabbing your foot so much as chest heads towards the foot. So that will help keep the length along the spine so you're not rounding. I know it doesn't let you go quite as deep that way, but it's not about looking a certain way. It's about feeling this in the hamstring. Rise back up. Bring that left knee back in for our half Gomukhasana. So left foot to the outside of the right hip, drop the knee down. Hands come out to the side. So we take the shoulder variation, this time right arm up, bend the elbow. Let this left hand come up to the elbow and just give it a little bit of an assist. Be gentle. This particular arm variation is really good for lots of chaturangas. Gives you a nice stretch through this tricep. Release your arms. Unwind this left leg. Both feet long, bounce the knees out. Come into staff pose. Sorry about that. Coming into staff pose. Hands down by your side. And then you're going to flex your feet. You're going to sit up really tall. So engage the belly. Shoulders are right over the hips. Sit up tall and then flex your feet so much that the heels lift. You can do this pose a lot. It engages everything. You engage the belly. You engage the legs. In fact, if we held this for about a minute, you'd be shaking. But we won't, don't worry. Release, let it go. Inhale, sweep the arms high. As you exhale, seated forward fold. Hands can rest on top of the shins or down by the earth. If you can grab your feet, great. If not, great. One more breath here. Rising up. Make your way onto your back, but be careful how you get there. We're going to get there together. So bend your knees. Let the feet be pretty wide. And then reach as far in front of you as you can. We're going to engage the belly here. So from here, slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. And see if you can go slow, slow. Still go slow. There's the belly, slow, slow. And release. Arms overhead, feet stretch long. Bring the right knee into the body. Hug the knee in. Let the left knee come in to meet it. This time, right leg's gonna extend long as we take a deeper twist now as we come to towards the end of our practice. Open your arms wide. Let this left knee fall over to the right for a deeper twist. And if this is too deep, just bend your bottom leg. Kind of like what we did earlier. Come back into center. Right knee joins the left. Wrap your arms around your legs. Left leg extends long now. Arms open back out. See if you can let the back of your hands be on the earth as you drop the right knee over to the left. Come back into center. Left knee joins the right, hug the knees in. Then extend your feet up to the sky. We're going to take our inversion next. We're just going to take a simple hip stand. So relax the feet. Hands down by your side. Just pause right here, allowing the blood to make its way back to your heart. A few more rounds of breath here. Make sure the feet are soft. Maybe a slight bend in the knees. Point your toes all the way up to the ceiling. Stretch through the top of your feet. And then flex your feet. And do that one more time. Point your toes. And flex your feet. Bring the knees into the body. Let the forehead come up to meet your knees. Round everything into center. Big breath in. As you exhale, release the legs down. Hands by your side. I offer you today to take your Shavasana with your palms face down for a more grounded sensation. I think we could all use a little bit of grounding these days. And then close your eyes. Take a big breath in through the nose, inside out of your mouth. And take these last few minutes and just rest. As you continue to rest, take a moment and let your ears receive the sounds around you. Either enjoying those sounds or Simply accepting the space you're in. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Bring gentle movement back to the fingers, back to the toes. Gently shake the head from side to side as you slowly begin to wake back up. Eventually extending the arms overhead into a full body stretch. And then slowly making your way onto your favorite side for fetal position. And as you pause here in fetal position, take this moment to notice. Notice how you feel at the end of your practice. Eventually, when you're ready, making your way up to an easy seated pose. We're going to finish our practice with a little bit of breath work and meditation. So find a comfortable seat. Place the left hand on the low belly and the right hand on the heart. Close your eyes.